let's get into
Is that
this.
a fart?
No.
You didn't fart?
No. Must have been one of your dogs. I'm very sorry.
What?
I claim my farts. That's what I'm saying.
A man always does.
Yeah.
God
Just
damn.
relax, man.
God
I
damn,
mean,
it's like-
get your shirt down, okay? Pull away your jeans so that your nuts are, like, not stuck to your, your pants.
I'm not wearing jeans. You want to go put some on?
No, you don't have to put fucking jeans on. Let's just fucking do this shit. Hello and welcome to Mastering Mediocrity Music Reviews. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ben.
Nickname's blurry face and I care what you think.
And we are here today to celebrate, scrutinize, and review Bloody Hammers.
Washed in blood.
I'm glad you knew it because I'm pretty sure I couldn't have pulled that out of my ass for whatever reason, even though I've been listening to it.
As soon as you started saying it, I was like, oh.
He's going to ask.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Fair enough. But here we are, indeed.
Yeah. This is their most recent album, released October 14th, 2022. So, last Friday.
Yeah, we're only a week out.
Yeah. How many times you get to listen to it?
I want to say somewhere around 6 times. It's a short album.
Yeah.
So that helps.
9 songs. It's like 31 minutes, 52 seconds. 9 songs, 31 minutes, 52 seconds. I'm just going to read the top line here from Wikipedia. Bloody Hammers is an American hard rock band founded in 2010 by Anders Manga in Transylvania County, North Carolina.
Makes sense.
Manga is the primary producer, singer, songwriter, and instrumentalist. Okay, good to know, good to know. Bloody Hammer's music straddles a range of genres including heavy metal, gothic rock, doom metal, psychedelic rock. The touring band features a revolving lineup with Manga and keyboardist Davalia,
his wife,
being the only permanent live members. Davalia also contributes keyboard parts to recordings and is sometimes credited as a co-producer.
Bassist too, though.
I mean, maybe for videos and live shows.
I mean, it definitely looked like she was playing.
Where?
In the videos. I've never seen any of their live stuff on YouTube. I would love to see these people live. I think they're fantastic.
I saw one thing where it looked like they were playing in a, almost like a fucking high school gym or, country
auditorium of some sort.
Auditorium or something. Let's take one of these shots.
Yeah, maybe that'll help grease the gears a little bit, right?
What is this a shot of again?
Whistle Pig, 100% rye whiskey. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
I felt like that was weak. Let's ding again. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Warm, that is. The party is ever more present. I still really like it.
My nibbles are so hard. So per Wikipedia, the current members are obviously Anders Manga, Davalia, and then these are former touring musicians.
Okay.
Bill Fisher on guitars for the Under Satan's Sun tour in 2014, so whatever that counts for. And then Doza Mendoza on drums.
Those are the only two that are extras.
Yeah, those are the only two mentioned on
So it feels like
Wikipedia. I wonder if they're just friends, and because I think I read somewhere that they're in Asheville.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's pretty hip scene down there. Probably a pretty vibrant local music community. So I'm sure they're able to find some pretty decent session musicians or, just friends of the group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like they deserve more than what they're getting, unless when they produce the albums, they're not included at all. I know you said specifically touring members, but it's like, Anders really doing those drums? Because if he is, like, that's mind-blowing. But I don't think it could
Lenny
be.
Kravitz over here. So this is our second Bloody Hammers album that we've done. The first one we did was their debut album, Bloody Hammers. Their self-titled debut album. And that was really good. I still listen to that one pretty frequently. Not quite start to finish. I think there's like one song that I kind of cut out, and there's an acoustic song that we both said was fucking terrible.
Interesting.
And
almost went back and looked at my review for that album.
Yeah,
because I still have it.
I do too, but I didn't. I just know that I still really like it.
Yeah.
Belle loves Black Magic. We get into the car after daycare, and she used to request Baby Shark.
Going from Baby Shark do 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 do. I feel like we're doing a really bad job of reviewing the album. I'd like to delve a bit more into Anders manga and
go for it.
The fact that
I don't have anything prepared for this segment, so however you want to go,
that's
I'm
fair.
willing to ride your roller coaster.
We were talking about it before, and
why you gotta fucking dime me out like that?
No, we were talking about it before. That means you should have been able to think about it at some point here.
All right.
And Anders also has a side project called Terratron, which is kind of this like electronica Halloween type mixture, right? It's kind of heavy, but it's more of that house rhythm. It's weird. I'm not sure I dig it.
Yeah, you sent me that one song. I wasn't super into it.
It had the Halloween
theme,
but it was mixed.
It was
to
weird.
Be way different.
Yeah,
but kind of Bloody Hammers-esque. Adjacent at the very least.
I don't know if I'm willing to fucking grant you that.
But if you haven't checked out Terratron and you're into a more raw electronic sound, give it a listen. Just give it a shot. That's all I'm saying. But otherwise, Anders himself is kind of like a pioneer of the dark wave metal scene. And to me, I'm like, I'm not really sure what that means either.
What could that mean?
I mean,
just
they've gone from this like doom
dark,
metal sound to this like dark pop rock sound.
Interesting. I say interesting.
The first album is very experimental, and I enjoy that.
Yeah,
I like
their first sound so fucking cool.
Scale up, scale down solos that they do. The riffage is, you can tell that it was like the core idea of what it has become. Like it's still there. Bloody Hammers permeates throughout all of their albums. I don't feel like they ever get off of their lane.
Yeah.
Okay. But some people just become more of themselves, and this last album to me is like they were aiming for the pop sound more so in this dark wave genre, doom metal genre.
Yeah,
but they definitely upped the tempo, and even though their song composition is the word I was looking for, like they've never been inaccessible, but this last one they really like geared things up
to try to be more accessible.
Exactly.
That's one of my key takeaways from this is that the whole thing is pretty catchy. Like every song has some singable qualities to it. Every chorus is something you can sing. Whereas the previous albums, especially their second album is fucking out in left field compared to what they're all the other stuff. But like the rest of their albums, if they had 12 songs on them, 9 of them were a little bit more doomy, a little bit more spooky, a little bit more experimental, and they might have had 3 of these kind of more catchy songs. And then might have even been dialed back 1 or 2 notches with the poppiness or the catchiness or but this one you can totally just if all you want to do is kind of sing some fucking heavy
metal,
heavy gloomy metal, whatever you want to call it, you can totally put this on. But to me this album I've got that essential Bloody Hammers playlist on Spotify. If I've got this whole album on there, and so from now on when I'm listening to it on random, hopefully these songs get thrown in a nice like healthy way, sporadically, so that those more experimental earlier albums, those less singable songs get followed up by something where you can automatically start singing. But all the songs on there I like, so it's not like I'm not going to sing those other ones. You know what I'm saying? But I think it just added another gear to the playlist.
It was an evolution they didn't just do Bloody Hammer's The Summoning Part 2.
Yeah.
It was... Well, this one is just like a sonic blast through 95% of the album.
Yeah.
It just never lets up. There's a tempo that they keep, and it's kind of like a power metal album. Like, their lane is 120 beats per minute, right? And then it's like, they'll go 110, they'll go 130, maybe they'll go 140, but there's never like an 80, except for one song, and that's what they do in this album too.
Which one's that? The very last? Is that the very last one? Don't
The
Be Afraid
very
of the
last
Dark?
song, yeah. And like, I mean, it's just hard hitting through the entire album, except for that last one, and that's my only
Can't get comfortable.
Jesus Christ. What were we talking about?
I legit don't remember. So, in honor of that, let's do one more shot.
Jesus Christ.
Through the magic of editing, we're back. We're going to take this shot quickly.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. All right, don't say anything about it. I don't want to hear it.
Move on, Ben. I'm ready. I'm a pro.
All right. Let's just run through the songs real quick. Black Sunday. What'd you think? This was the lead.
Are we getting back on the horse right now?
This was the lead single off the album. I gave this song an 8. I really dig this one. I think this was the best song off the album, or at least the most what would be popularly accessible. It sounded like the most well polished, most put together song. So there's a part of me that's glad that they lead with it, put your best foot forward, sort of thing.
Sure.
But I think Phantasmagoria would have been a better opener. I think that opening guitar riff is so fucking cool.
It is so fucking cool. And Black Sunday is a great song. It is very polished. Like you were saying, it has all of the catchy qualities to it. But I like Phantasmagoria more because I think it is the more complete song. I feel like it has a catchiness, and
which is interesting.
It does have a catchiness.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't.
But what's interesting about it?
That you say, like, it's the more complete song, but then your complaint from earlier was that the chorus is muddled and that you can't really understand the lyrics.
Yes, but you can understand enough of the feeling and the sound to get that.
What they're going for.
Yeah, and when I'm, like, tucking myself in at night, Phantasmagoria is what I'm singing to myself. Like, that's just what's coming up. Now, there are other things now that, like, enter my brain after I've listened to it 6 times, and we'll get to them. But, like, Phantasmagoria is great because it has enough of the Bloody Hammer sound, and it has, like, an interlude. It doesn't really have a breakdown, but then it has a short solo. But I felt like they were wrapping their general sound into a more more applicable general population sound.
Just looking through the album here, I've got the times for each song listed. Yeah. Nothing is over 4 minutes and 2 seconds, so that 4-minute mark is really nice. It's nice that each thing you get a little guitar solo in each, maybe not in each song, but you get a little taste of something. You get a little taste of everything. I just like that you're kind of dipping your toes into a more catchy, polished side of Bloody Hammers.
Yeah, it's very well produced. There's a lot of rich noise and sound.
That was one of the things that I noticed too. I was like, man, the production value or quality has really improved. But the production quality on the first album is really good.
It's good, but you can tell that it doesn't have the fullness, and maybe that's just because the amount of ambient, I'm calling it noise, but like the amount of ambient sound in these songs is a sonic assault compared to that first album. It is produced very well. This one's produced awesome. The first one, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Like, it's produced very well, and when you crank it up, like, that's when you really find out both of them. Like, when you crank up a song and it still sounds good, or sometimes even sounds better, that's how you know how rich and and how much depth a song has. Because some of those like early 1980s metals bands, if like you turn them up pretty high, it just gets glitchy almost. It just doesn't sound as nice. And I know some people are like, but it's just a more real sound. Sure, but like I'm looking for a sonic assault compared to like scratchy noises. Some people love vinyl. Like they say there's a fullness to the sound or like a more it's in my room type sound.
Yeah. Speaking of vinyl, to totally derail this conversation for like the fourth time. I just bought. You were there, but I'm gonna retell it. But like I bought the vinyl. I did the Bloody Hammers is doing like a Bandcamp money drive
promo type deal. Yeah. They're 175% funded. I mean, it's only like $8,000, but good for them. That's
I've
awesome.
got to be like the last person to have contributed.
Well, I mean, because you were after me, and I bought the jeweled case.
It was at like 9:30 on the last day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna get their vinyl of this album
with like a signed poster or something
signed poster. So that's pretty cool. I'll either put it here or I'll probably take that signed Powerwolf poster and the signed Bloody Hammers poster and put it and frame it and put it up at Mark's.
What do you give Phantasmagoria? Because
I give it a 7.
A 7. All right. So
Black Sunday I gave an 8.
I gave Black Sunday a 7.75 and Phantasmagoria an 8.5.
Okay. What'd you give And Soon the Darkness?
Oh man, And Soon the Darkness. Like, all right. So in this song,
no, I just want to know your score.
All right, score 7.5.
I gave it 7. What'd you give At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul?
9 out of 10.
Ooh, okay.
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 6.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so this is the one this is why I sent you that Wonder song, The Wonders from the movie That Thing You Do. The song
The Oneaters.
Yeah, The Oneaters. Because that's what this song
It's The Wonders.
All right, what'd you give Water to the Dead?
7.5.
Gave it a 7. So the last 4 songs I didn't rate, but they're all at least 7s. Pretty much everything on here is at least a 7, except for At Midnight I'll Take Your Soul. I just don't dig that vibe.
You're wrong, but you're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
So specifically that song, the first time I heard it,
I
was like, no, I don't like it. But then I thought back to like A Night to Dismember, and I was like, yeah, I mean that's my favorite song by them. It just is.
The One Two in the Dark off the same album is another good one. It's in the same vein as A Night to Dismember.
Bloody Hammers is fucking great. At the end of the day, every single song is good.
I'm not saying all that.
No, I am. I was all right, except for the second album.
They're saying I was whatever. And then there's that first album, that first one off that first album.
You said 7s for the rest of it. I gave
at least 7s.
Okay, that's fine. The Howling was a 7. Last Rites of Lucifer, my first score for that was a 6.5. That is fucking wrong. It is probably like a 7.75. It's not an 8, but it's really good. It's so singable.
The 5 through 9 have like a real like hidden gem quality almost that you don't get on the first pass through, that you need to probably honestly give another 2 or 3 pass throughs on, because
they deserve it.
They deserve it, and I need to give every album at least 2 or 3 pass throughs before I can really say what I think, unless there's a song
that just blows your mind.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, like I was saying earlier, with that Midnight I'll Take Your Soul, I didn't like it at first, and I think it's the coolest song on the album. It's not the best song on the album. Mm-hmm. I know that's weird, but like the thing with At Night I'll Take Your Soul is like it has a like a pop punk sound to it.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
When they're like, at midnight I'll take your soul. You know, at midnight. Yeah, and then there's just like
I got a lot of like 90s like Offspring sort of vibes
from all the songs.
From
the whole album. Except for maybe the last song.
A lot of stuff on there. I thought this. I'm totally changing the song on you, but like I thought that not the last one, but The Dead Will Talk. You know, that was a real curveball on it, because I mean, it's like legit just talking about like zombies.
Yeah, it
Taking
starts
over or
off. It's
whatever.
like, hey, just like on the radio, we found
I know.
out that something's happening and it's gonna
I-
affect your life.
I remember the first time I heard that opening, and I was like, "That is such a cool opening." I want to play it real quick.
Yeah.
For us.
Just moments ago, on the radio, there's a great new threat to everyone you know.
I love that.
I know.
They're
That's
just like,
really
yeah,
cool.
this is grave new threat.
I know,
to everyone
like,
you know,
yeah.
man, it's cool.
There's a kind of a comical immediacy, like hey, have you heard?
on the radio,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, like
get your guns.
Yeah, like I just heard.
Oh yeah, they're
That,
silly
you know what I
lyrics.
mean? It's kind of fun. You know.
And
Night
just
of the Living
remember,
Dead.
aim for the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That song's a lot of fun. I
It
really
is a
enjoy
lot
it.
of fun. That's
Yeah.
like this
the back
whole
half of the album's a
album.
lot of fun.
The whole
I
album
think
is
the first half's
fantastic.
more serious, even though Phantasmagoria is kind of silly, like it's a weird name or a weird word. But like, the back half is like a little bit more fun. What were your top 3 songs?
Phantasmagoria, At Night I'll Take Your Soul, and even though it's a weaker song, the singable chorus makes it great. Last Rites of Lucifer.
Interesting. I'd have to listen to that one again. That's like totally a 90s song.
I know. That's what
Totally
I'm saying.
nice song.
The whole album is
Yeah.
like that. It's
Yeah.
very catchy. It's very strong. It's faster, and has like this more '90s hard rock element to it.
I'd probably do Black Sunday number 1. Even though I didn't rate the last 4 songs, I'd probably do 100% Black Sunday number 1. I'd probably do And Soon the Darkness,
Mm-hmm.
and
Very
then maybe The Howling. Maybe.
Let's take these shots.
Oh,
it's time to
real
end
quick.
the show. Ah, god damn it. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
If you liked what you saw here today, please like, subscribe.
Hit the bell. Call your mom. Pet your dog.
Love you guys.